What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. Sorry. And finally, on the last Halloween movie, we have reviewed every other one up to this point. And it is now time to review Halloween Kills. Now, this movie has been on my radar. Finally, I actually saw it the day before it came out. It's been like literally almost a week since it's been a week since I've seen it. I saw it on Thursday night last week, so it's literally been a week since I've seen it. And I have a lot to say. First of all, going into this movie, I had a lot of hype for this movie, with it being delayed from last year and it just waiting for it to come out, and I was just so excited, especially having rewatched all these other Halloween movies leading up to this. I was super duper excited waiting for this movie to come out, and it finally did. I went and saw it, and here are my thoughts. I had a blast watching this movie. And, there's not really any Halloween movie where I can say I didn't enjoy at least watching a bit of it. There's always been something redeemable in each Halloween movie, even if they're the ones I don't like. There's always been something to like about them. And after some of the dumpster fire I had to sit in with the bottom three of this franchise being Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, and Halloween Resurrection, all of those being the bottom three of this franchise. I don't know where I was going into this, where I think I would place this as on the list of which one's the better one, which movie's better, which movie is more enjoyable, which movie has more fun with what the concepts are being dealt to us with this series. And first things first, I want to get to the positives out of the way first, because there's so many I want to talk about. First off, Michael Myers is probably the most brutal he's been in a long time. Even though he was pretty brutal in the Rob Zombie movies, but I feel like, especially in one scene in this movie, Michael Myers is extremely brutal. He's don't mess with me, bro. Don't mess with me. That's legit how Michael is in this movie. He's got moments where he's bruh, you don't want to mess with me. And Michael the kills in this are insane. This movie, I'm pretty sure, has the highest body count. Actually, no, it does have the highest body count of the entire franchise. And Michael is just going around killing whoever he pleases. It's monumentally insane with some of this. There are flashback scenes that flashback to the same night of the original. And they make it look like it was filmed on old equipment. And I don't know if it was filmed on old equipment or not, but it looks like it's from that era, which is really cool, and I really like it. And there's just some stuff that I straight up enjoyed about this movie. The kills are great. A lot of the characters that Tommy Doyle is really great. The actor that plays him is great in this. I loved his character. Obviously it's much better than Paul Rudd. Obviously. And we also just had a whole bunch of so a little into the more negatives. Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis does return for this, but she's not really active in this movie. She doesn't really do much. She's in the hospital 90% of the time. But just because she's in the hospital, you don't feel her presence. She still feels like she's important to the story, and she's here. Um, and I'm sorry, the tagline this movie's got is even though we know we still got another movie, but the tagline on this movie, "Evil dies tonight," is a really good like tagline. I really liked that. Even though you're gonna hear that a lot throughout this movie, and it gets a little like, okay, can we stop saying it? Like, "Evil dies tonight" is said so much throughout this movie, like there's a lot. It's said quite a few times. And it can be a little jarring how often you hear "Evil dies tonight" in this movie. Like, you hear it so many times. Obviously, this movie is jam packed with fan service, with the silver shamrock masks and just a few little other references here and there with some shots. And my goodness, some of the characters are really nice, and there's some and just like I said, the kills are so great, but that ending is so abrupt. I know they obviously have to for the setup for the next one, obviously, but that ending is literally so abrupt. It's just like, wow, I wasn't expecting it to end right there and right now. Like, that's where my brain went. I was like, we're ending right here? We're done? And one thing I really like, the opening credits of this is really nice. Some character things I don't like that happen to certain characters or things that happen definitely really overhold the movie for me. Like that, like something that happens specifically, like I'm not too keen on. Like, I was like, why do that? Why? Like, and also there's some characters that have some bad butt moments in this. Like, it's really interesting with how that how it's done. Now this movie though, it is like, there's some tense moments in this, and it definitely holds emotional moments well. Like, there are definitely some emotional moments where you're like, "Oh no!" or "Oh, I can't believe that." And obviously there's some comedy here, and there's not as much in terms of comedy as there was in the last one, which I think is kind of a good thing. We don't need that much comedy in this type of movie. And Michael in this one is like, he looks scary. Like, with that half-burnt mask, like, Michael looks scary. Like, Michael is legit terrifying. And I do want to talk about this movie in spoilers in another video but I definitely, the movie being so new, I don't want to talk about it in spoilers right now. Maybe I'll just talk about it on a podcast or something. But yeah, this is definitely like an interesting take on this. It's definitely not the best of the franchise, and there are points where you're thinking like, this might be my favorite, where it goes to certain points. And I heard a few other reviewers said this, but it gets to that point where you're like, okay, this is where it's starting to dip, but it is still enjoyable. But the movie is done great for what it's trying to do. Could have had a better ending. I will not lie. I was not the biggest fan of the way this film ended, because at least with Halloween 2018, that ending felt earned. Like, we really didn't. The movie ends pretty abruptly, and just the fact that this movie just we're gone. Seriously? We're just gonna end there? And we get to learn a little bit more about some other characters that were introduced in the last one, and obviously we get reintroduction to new characters that were actually old characters, which is really interesting for them to actually do that. Like I said, Michael is super intimidating in this movie. Like you're actually like scared. And like I didn't see this movie in a packed theater, but apparently my friend did. He said it was pretty much a bunch of people in his theater in the theater, and he heard like all these reactions like ooh, and like so I would be surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if, like in the theater I was in, there would have been that the whole like there would have been those moments. But I really did enjoy this film, like a lot. It was a lot of fun. The characters were very interesting, and I did just enjoy this film. Like, but it's not the best. It's definitely got its faults. But I did enjoy it nonetheless, and I had a lot of fun with it. What I would say is my rating. I will go ahead and give it a solid 3.5. Is where I'll throw it. A solid 3.5. It's not bad, but it's not great. I did think the last one was better. And also, the pacing sometimes in this was also a little all over the place, especially like how it starts off, which I was not expecting that to start off like that. Like the pacing is a little strange for me. Like it's not paced well at points, and like you feel like, do you really need that? Because you could have, this scene could have worked better here. Like there's definitely a bunch of that in this movie, but like, come on. We got what we wanted. We wanted to see, this movie delivered on the fact that it's called Halloween Kills. We wanted to see Michael slaughter a bunch of people, and that happens. And it is super fun. It's a lot of fun, and I recommend it. This is definitely a theatrical experience, I think. I know this also released on Peacock, but I'm saying like, come on, go see this in theaters. This is a theatrical experience movie. Go see this in theaters. But guys, that's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to know what you guys thought of Halloween Kills. I'm down in the comment section below. And with that all being said, we are officially done with the Halloween franchise. I do want to look at some fan films before Creepy Fridays is over. I do want to look at some fan films. There's a few that are online that look very interesting to me. So I might look at a couple of those. I've had my, this wore me out more than when I reviewed all the Scooby-Doo movies. I'm not even joking. This wore me out much more than that did. Probably because there was legitimately one movie that made me angry, and there was this movie that I didn't like. Like, it's definitely, and I might do a ranking video, might rank all the movies in the franchise, but now that we're officially done with this, I can now get back to Friday the 13th and other horror franchises I want to tackle, and just other franchises in general. We know we got Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out next month, so I need to actually get around to reviewing the other 3 Ghostbusters movies. Yes, I will even review the 2016 one. And we also got Matrix, the new Matrix that comes out in December, which I also need to see. I need to watch all the other ones and review those. I'm probably going to review those through November, maybe review the Matrix movies through November. But also Matrix is on my spinning wheel of movies, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I got a lot to review. I still got to get through all the freaking Barbie movies. I still got to get through all the Disney Channel movies. I got to get through everything. All these movies, I've got to get through them. There's a lot, and I'm glad to bring you guys along to review them. There's a lot of movies I got to get through. And I still got to review the other movies I've seen this year, and I still got to get my top 12 2020 movies out. I know the picks have been picked. Like, I just haven't made the video or placed them yet. Every movie that I saw I have on a list, and the video's going to get made soon. I promise. I'm going to try to get it out before the end of the year, obviously, because I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that video is taking so long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!